last day of winter, it's finally here. I'm hoping that the door smacks it right in the rear. I won't miss the storms and the layers of clothes, scraping my windshield and losing my toes. No more shoveling at 5 a.m. No more falling on my butt cheeks again. No broke thermostat giving me chills, and no more crying at my heating bills. So long snowstorms, bye frostbite. Take your black ice and kiss it goodnight. No more static shock with every handshake. Out of 4 seasons, you're the only mistake. I won't miss wet socks from stepping in sludge. I guess my chapped knuckles left me with this grudge. No more sunsets at 3:59. I'm sick of the dark, bring on the sunshine. Farewell winter, you cruel little witch. I hope you melt fast and end up in a ditch. I'm dancing in flip-flops, I'm ready to twerk. So until next year, get lost, you jerk.
Entertainment is fine, but this...
This is the entertainment?
That's entertainment.
This isn't art. This isn't even entertainment.
This isn't entertainment.
What are you, Entertainment Tonight?
This is a business of entertainment. You get that? They come to have a good time.
You call this fun?
They were against entertainment. This doesn't count.
Oh, Mortimer. Good morning, kids. It is 7:32 a.m. It's Pancake Day. More on that later. Happy Wednesday. Happy Hump Day. Last day of winter. Hot dog. Gonna be 80 today, Alicia says. I agree. 80 sounds delicious. Actually, we're going to hit like mid-70s, I think. But we've got winds. Winds. Oh, it's a blustery day. But again, I dare not take the steam out of our good friend Stone Richards' boilers, I guess. I'm not taking the wind out of his sails. If I'm taking his steam, I'm taking the steam out of his boilers. Ooh. Are we getting a little railroad barony, Darren? Yes, I am. I'm dressed like the Monopoly guy yet. You be quiet, Fred. You hush your mouth. You do not invoke a third winter. No, thank you. No, thank you. Yes, though it is the last day of winter, it doesn't mean we're not necessarily out of the woods with the winter weather, right? I can recollect snow on Easter in the past. I think a couple of years ago we had snow at the beginning of April. So, how was my one-wheeling? It was fun. I had a good time. I first went down to Shawnee Park, which is on the south end of Cape, because I wanted to get out on the trail there, and it's still too muddy in some spots, just some of the low spots where the water sat. And because it's been so dry, there's a lot of dust in the air. I ate a lot of dust yesterday, but I also made some dust. So then I just took it down to the riverfront and just kind of blew up and down the flood wall, which was a lot of fun. But I put a few miles on it yesterday. Got it up kind of quick, but it was a good time. I put on my pads and my helmet. Today I get my full face helmet, which I'm excited about because I'll tell you what, guys, here's the thing with the one wheel and with these EVs and the little fun things you can have, PEVs, I guess, personal electronic vehicles. Anyway, it's a confidence scale. Like, hey, this is pretty easy. It does have a really smart computer and self-balances, and I'm very confident. And then you nosedive, and then you start over on a much more slower incline, right? But wearing the gear, there's people out here that will argue this till you're blue in the face about motorcycle helmets, all that. Wear the shit. Nobody gives a shit how stupid you look, and if you think you look stupid, then don't ride it. It's your personal problem. But elbow pads, knee pads, helmet, right? Got to do it. And wrist guards. Those are important for those things because you fall, you got nothing, right? It's like falling out of the back of a truck at 15, 20 miles an hour. So you got to be prepared. So I'm prepared. I got some gloves with padding on the back of the hands too. I gear up so that way I'm confident and I can go zing, zippity-doo-dah. And if I fall down, now I got scratched knee pads. So anyway, it was fun. Short answer, good time. I will at some point get more confident where I can like have my gimbal out and video while I'm doing it, which is kind of what I want to do, but I'm not. I'm pretty nervous about breaking my phone. I don't want to bust a freaking phone up. And we got a new phone. I don't want to bust my phone up. And I have a feeling if I fall, it'd just go plow, and I'd be like, shit, stupid vanity. But it would be cool to get some videos. So I might set up the gimbal and put the person tracking on, like down there, and just have it track me going by or something, maybe. I don't know. It feels very Napoleon Dynamite with the bike ramp to me. But I think it'd be cool. I want to watch it. I want to watch myself. It sounds stupid. Yeah, for sure, Alicia. And here's my thing is like, A, I'm really not trying to impress anybody. If they want to ask me about it, I'll talk to them about it, which they do. But I'm also not trying to get late. So like if people think, oh, you don't look cool because you got a helmet, well, at least I won't be in a bed with a feeding tube. Plus, every time I think, like the first time I went out without my elbow pads and knee pads, I tore up my elbow and I tore up my knee. And it's because they go on a one-wheel group, and it's like a whole bunch of dads. And they're all like, yeah, well, you don't want to wear a full-face helmet. Well, let me tell you about my dental surgeries. And, and it's like, okay, well, all it takes is one fall against a curb and break your jaw, and then that would suck. So why chance it? So that's why I'm even trepidatious about not having a full-face helmet. But it's fun. Good times. Sounds like a Meatloaf song title. I'd rather look stupid than break something at my age. Oh, my hip. R.I.P. Meatloaf. National Chocolate Caramel Day. And to celebrate, I got caramel flavoring in my coffee instead of chocolate. It's Let's Laugh Day. Well, that should be every day. Every day should have a little bit of a laugh in it. And boy, oh boy, hasn't it been a month that's been hard to laugh. I feel like I'm getting back into the swing of things, though. Mental health-wise, I'm feeling better. Optimistic. National Certified Nurses Day. Hats off to you, certified nurses, CNAs. Thank you for doing your thing and taking care of everybody. And they do, everybody. Certified Nurses Day. Thank you. And National Stretch Marks Day. Yep. Battle Scars. Hi, Smokestack. I puff, puff, pass to you. On the left-hand side. Hey, good morning. National Stretch Mark Day. I got some stretch marks. Mine are stretched and then unstretched. So now they're like if I could take microscopic photos of it, it'd probably look like these really cool flesh little mountains. What? TMI what? Oh, and I have a little post bit of a little post St. Pat's trivia for you guys from the commander. When we were talking yesterday, caramel everything. Yeah, I like caramel. You know what I like and I miss? And it's just the Sam's Club version. I've had higher end chocolates, but the Sam's Club salted caramels, the little cubes with the salt on top and the chocolate on the caramel, they're so good. And the Sam's Club ones are so good. And they have just the right amount of softness to the chocolate that the salt doesn't all fall off. So you get a good salted caramel chocolate. Mwah. Molto bene. I love that. It's so good. Anyway, we were talking about St. Patrick's Day, and one of the bits of trivia he shared with me is where America's first St. Patrick's Parade was held. Where do you think it was held? Boston, New York, St. Louis, Columbus, Ohio? None of these. No, it was in St. Augustine, Florida, which is the oldest settlement in the U.S., right? But America's first St. Pat's Parade was on March 17th, of course. Whoops. March 17th, 1601. America's first St. Patrick's celebration. It was 1600, the Spanish colony of present-day St. Augustine, Florida. If you've not been, there's a lovely fort. Spanish colonial records mention a celebration for St. Patrick in 1600, and the first known parade was held the following year in 1601. Dun, 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 dun. Actually, it wasn't dun, 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 dun. It was more like I don't know. But there you go. From the commander to you, some St. Patrick's Day trivia. And I didn't even know that shit. So that just shows you. He's always smarter. It's time for today's TIQ. Brought to you by the return of the St. Jude Children's Research Hospital bell. Somebody put it back. I didn't even go get it. I came in yesterday morning, and there it sat. And I was like, somebody remembered to put it back. No one remembers to put things back. It's like home. All right, today's TIQ. Yeah, 100 days before Mardi Gras Mobile. And I'll tell you what, as far as St. Patrick's Day parades go, St. Louis, very good St. Pat's parade. Columbus, Ohio, though, massive St. Pat's celebration. I was there for one, and I had so much fun. So glad we didn't have a lot of cell phone camera video going. All right, TIQ, people who do this after waking up tend to have a better memory. Guess away, I will flip the script on the drip, and you can read it here. People who do this after waking up tend to have a better memory. Answer away, today's winner gets all the love. Just all the love. That's all you need. Love is all you need. It's time for the birthday snake. Birthday snake. I also rode my one wheel into the Rude Dog, for those of you local who know what the Rude Dog is. It was just after 4:30, and I was like, oh, you know what? I wonder if Morgan's here. I'll go say hi. So I popped in the Rude Dog. Morgan got on the one wheel. She handled it, and then she got off. And then I went up to Spectrum because she said, you got to go show the guys at Spectrum. I think Tyson was very nervous that we were going to put the one wheel through part of his bar or perhaps some of his vinyl collection. But we did not. We did not. Oh, well. All right, let me catch up on the guesses here. People who do dentists after waking up, no. Journaling, drinking water, stretching, wakey bakey. Nope. No, and I'm a full supporter of wake and bake. We give Alicia a like just for the sake of it. It is birthday shenanigans time. None of your answers are correct, and we are all dumber for having read them. I'm kidding. That's terrible. Happy birthday to Heather Meyer. Happy birthday, Heather. Happy birthday to Jody Underwood. I hope you have a great day. Chelsea Dillick. Chelsea's awesome. She is a realtor here locally and also just a really good human. We were in Leadership Cape together, celebrating it, rocking it. Pre-COVID Leadership Cape, back when we could party. But yeah, Chelsea, happy birthday. Happy birthday to Aaron Fowler. Glad you're with us, sir. Hope you're having a dandy. Pam Buckingham, Pam Hartline. Pam is one of those wonderful people that when you talk about people that come out and support live music and come out and dance at your show and have a good time and talk to you and are always smiling, that's Pam. And Pam's been coming out to shows as long as I've been playing shows, just about. I mean, I remember Acme Blues days. She'd be out there dancing with us. And now, Shades days, she's dancing with us. She's out there. She's doing it. She's having fun. She's living life. Happy birthday, Pam. Dance your pants off today. Morning Constitution. That was my first guess, but that is not it, believe it or not. I thought, you poop out, you have more room for memory. Meditate. No, good guess. Fred's math homework. No, decent guess. All those flashcards. And no time to appreciate them. Happy birthday to Karen Wade. Happy birthday, Karen. Hope it's a dandy of a day. Brush their teeth. Good guess. Not it. Les Lindy. It is Les the man Les's birthday today. He is a harmonica player. And he can also do backflips off the high dive. I don't know if the latter is true, but it makes him more exciting, doesn't it? Put that on your Tinder profile, Les. Shower. No. Good guess. Not enough fingers. Yep. Start busting out the toes. And then you're like, how'd I get to 21? And happy birthday to Julie Earl Anderson. Julie and I worked together way back in the Southwestern Bell call center days when I worked with awesome people like Adrena Pearson and John Rice and Brent Bollinger and all these amazing people I worked with back then. Julie was one of our supervisors. She was also smoking hot. And like we were all college boys, we were crushing on Julie pretty hard. But Julie got married. I think she married a cop. So we're just going to send her love and respect for her birthday today. Julie, happy birthday. Checking your phones in the morning. No. Read. Good guess. Not it. Taking your guesses on the TIQ. People who do this after waking up tend to have a better memory. It is not pooping. It is not coffee. Showering, brushing their teeth, reading, checking their phones, meditating, doing Fred's math homework. All good guesses, though. Oh, and Alicia, I've got a segment for you today. We're going to talk about why our cats like to sleep on us. I saw this last night when I was working on my show prep, and I said, oh, I know who will appreciate this as much as I will. I even used a picture of one of my bobblehettas for the picture. We'll get there. 2-10-11, Ice Fingers Toes. Oh, he's so precious. Celebrity birthdays today. Chiefs coach Andy Reid is 67. Happy birthday, Coach Reid. For his birthday, he got another inch on his mustache. He is the walrus, cuckoo, choo. Bruce Willis celebrating 70 today. Bruce, we hope today is a good day for you. And actress Glenn Close is 78 today. Glenn Close can do anything. You know, when you talk about actresses and actors, Glenn Close can do anything. Close enough. Guess away. Today's TIQ, taking the guesses from here to next week. It is SEMO Giving Day tomorrow. It's the first day of spring, but more importantly, it is SEMO Giving Day. Hold on, I got to show you my shirt. Let me back out the green screen. We'll just break the illusion of live action here, but look at that. For you, Bethy. I don't think Bethy's here, actually. Shit. To quote Cody Henry, shit. Sorry. It says in my giving era. My microphone was in the way. I see that now. Anyway, the whole thing is it's SEMO Giving Day. Southeast Missouri State University, my alma mater and part-time employer as a PA announcer, but also a damn fine place for you cheerins to go to school. I really do, I'll tell you this. As a kid who grew up local in Jackson, a lot of times, and most high school kids, you want to get the hell out, right? You're like, oh my God, I can't wait to get out of this town. There's no way I'm going to SEMO. I'm not staying close to home. Well, that's usually bullshit, and you figure out, economically speaking and education-wise, you can stick around here and get a good education. And I did. And I'll be honest, my initial experience wasn't that great. I didn't have the greatest advising. I didn't know what the shit I was doing. I just kind of went through the motions. But eventually I did make it out and graduate. Drinking coffee, singing, no. It is Bean and Booba's favorite thing, sleeping on you? Yeah, I would hope. I mean, babies love sleepings on us. Yes, all the furry worms. But we use that as an excuse, don't we? I can't get up. I'm pinned down. I'm pinned. Sorry, I'm pinned. SEMO did me good. I would love someday if either of my children decide to go to SEMO and pursue higher education, if they so desire to choose higher education. But it takes an army to make it happen, and so SEMO Giving Day, I'm raising money. And me specifically, here's the thing. I'm going to throw this link in. You know what? When I said that just now, I'm going to throw this link in. My immediate thought, and this is the ADHD in my head, which is part 2 of our show today, but was me casting Abraham Lincoln from the balcony where he got shot instead of him getting shot. I'm going to throw this link in. And I pictured myself doing that just from one stupid sentence. No one else was involved and no one else needed to know or hear that. This is why my brain is so tired all the time. Eating breakfast, sativa. No, good guesses. Damn good guess. Leah, good morning. Happy Wednesday. Every time I've left, I've always come back. No matter where you go, there you are. Movement, puzzle, watching midget porn, sex with farm animals. No. At the same time as eating breakfast. You get your bacon one way or the other. Okay. Boy, that's a terrible transition to this link, but this is my Giving Day link, and I would love for you guys to make a donation to the university, to the project or college of your choice. There's options in there. What I am campaigning for today and tomorrow for Giving Day is because I have a first-person knowledge of the work ethic and the drive that this kid has, and he is our lead and the mascot that plays Rowdy, Bryson Maddox. This kid is kick-ass, such an awesome dude, and he's going to nationals this year. So I want to raise money to send Bryson to nationals. Legit, that's where I want my funds to go. So as you guys think about giving, be true to your school like you would to your girl or guy. That's what I'm doing. So there you go. There's the Giving Day link. I'll be doing some TikTok lives and some other things throughout the next couple of days talking more about it. But Bryson, he's a good kid. And I want to get Rowdy to nationals, so we can help out, make that happen. But you can also donate to, they're trying to work on new sound studio equipment to be able to educate along more of that. There's a big band trip, big jazz trip coming up. They're raising funds for that. So support the arts. You want to support the arts and you want to support kids that are fired up about the arts. That's my thing, right? I see Bryson's passion for what he does and how he does it and what he pursues. And it reminds me of watching my daughter pursue her passions. It's cool stuff. All 4 of your second cousins went to SEMO. Well, that's cool. Yeah, it's a good school. It really is. Some good opportunities here. And athletics, D1 athletics, some high-level gameplay going on. I'm excited and proud to be a part of that. You know, just doing the PA announcements and kind of getting behind the scenes and knowing that crew that makes things run so well for those events. It's a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun. So do what you will. It is time to get into today's History Nuggets. It's 7:51 a.m. and we're spiraling into spring. Diddly-doop, diddly-doop, diddly-doop. Still taking guesses, watching midget farm animal porn. No, but midget goats are so cute. And the little dwarf kittens, you seen those little babies on the videos? They look like little lowriders. Scooting across the floor. On this date in 1831, the first United States bank robbery took place. Yeah, 1831. Ed Smith stole $245,000 from a New York bank. That's a substantial bank robbery. You know why it was the first and it was so big? Because they were like, we didn't think about locks. Psh. So from then on out, they started locking up the money, too much trust. Too much trust. 1848, American Marshal Wyatt Earp was born. Happy birthday, Wyatt Earp. He died in 1929, by the way. 1931, Nevada legalized gambling. That opened up some things to happen in a little town called Las Vegas. Boy, didn't it. 1975, The Who's rock opera, Tommy, the movie version, opened in theaters. 1975. I mentioned before, that was one of my favorites when I was a kid. Not watching it, but listening to it. I've watched it. You guys watched it? It's typical mid-70s trippy, kind of, it's The Who. It's a rock opera. You're supposed to watch it on some sort of influence. But when you're a kid and you're listening to Feel Me, See Me, Touch Me, Heal Me, it's Tommy. You are glorious, Fred. Damn glorious. Van glorious. I don't know if you saw my one-wheel shirt picture yesterday, but I put my one-wheel shirt on. I figured if I'm going to ride, I'm going to wear my bonk shirt. Knock it out. 1979, C-SPAN was launched and has entertained late-night insomniasts ever since. It was on this date in 1982. Randy Rhoads, Ozzy Osbourne's guitarist at the time, took a plane ride with a pilot. And they were fucking around. They found out as he talked the pilot into buzzing Ozzy's tour bus. Oh, let's buzz the tour bus. Yeah, bro. Who else was on the bus? Just the tour costume designer and hairdresser. Just happened to be on the flight, too. Like, oh, yeah, I'll go with you guys. Well, they clipped the bus. The plane crashed. They all died. That was when Randy Rhoads died. And Ozzy had to get a new guitar player. He got Daughtry. 1983, First Lady Nancy Reagan made an appearance on the sitcom Different Strokes. It was where she began her Just Say No anti-drug campaign, right? Just say no. No. What you talking about, Willis? He really shouldn't have done that. I mean, I agree, Dennis. It was a poor choice. As Ruby has said, fuck around and find out. 1985, the show Alice, starring Linda Lavin, last aired. I liked Alice when I was a kid. That explains a lot, really. My influences were Mel from Mel's Diner from Alice. You had All in the Family. You want to know why this generation is cynical? We were plated with it. In the year 2000, the New York Mets release Garth Brooks. What? Yeah, Garth Brooks was participating in spring training in the year 2000 with the New York Mets, but he went 0-17, and they said, bye, Chris Gaines. Aw, it's okay, though. Hey, at least he got to try in the bigs. I'm sure he had a little influence there, but he did better than I would have done. I mean, 0-17, I guess you can't do much worse than that. I know, that's tragic, Dennis. An interesting side note is the Facts of Life. You remember the girl, the pudgy girl with the real squinty smile? So if you watch Miss Maisel, if you watch the Maisel show on Paramount, the mystery science hunting chick, anyway, it's a pretty good show. Carrie watches it. I catch an episode. But she played a he on the show, but that actress, I can't remember what her name is for the life of me. It's on the tip of my tongue because I looked it up. She played a guy in the show who was like a tour guide. And I was like, wait a minute, that's the chick from Facts of Life. Now you know. Flo's Yellow Rose. Kiss my grits. Oh, my God. Flo is the shiznit. Flo is like the common man's Dolly Parton. 2009, David Letterman finally got hitched. Married his longtime girlfriend, Regina Lasco. And in 2024, 1 year ago today, Dr. Dre received his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. And as a matter of speech, Snoop Dogg, to celebrate the moment, busted out a freestyle rap about the both of them. Right there on the mic, right there on the sidewalk, dropping bars. Snoop went. And that was it. Everybody's like, well, and I don't usually talk about Mindy Cohn. Thank you. Yes, Mindy. Yeah, so she played a guy named Harry, I think, that was this little squatty like tour guide for the thing they were doing. It was a good episode. But I was like, yeah, Mindy Cohn. God, you're a veritable cornucopia of knowledge. I am so glad. Having Alicia and Fred and Trevor here, by God, the three of you are a trifecta that's worthy of their own writing room. Just have the right snacks. Everybody on Alice is gone too. I wasn't sure. But yeah, I guess, it's been, was it 85? So it's been 40 years since it last aired, and it was on for probably 4 or 5 seasons at least. That was a long stander. All right, well, our leprechaun has left the building. We may now be pleasured with the visage of Stone Richard's weather lord. Behold his glorious aperture. I don't know. Let's get corny. Hey, I'm all about it. I always thought it'd be fun to be a writer on a comedy show. But then I'd be like, I don't know. Because sometimes, when you get around other funny people that make you laugh too, but sometimes it can get a little competitive. And you watch those writing rooms and you're like, I bet people get pissed at each other all the time. And they do. They do. And that's not my environment. Thank you. Hi, Darren. You just got a second Giving Day ambassador link because you're a moron. That's okay. I texted her and told her to forget it. It is 7:59 a.m. It's like I screwed up. I was already an ambassador and I couldn't find my link, so I just redid it. And I was like, oh, wait, I found it. But then I had to hit send already. So she goes, you don't want to be a double ambassador? It's like a double agent, but not as cool or evil. I agree. SEMO Giving Day, tomorrow, first day of spring, plant some flowers in the future of our youth. How about that? Stone Richards, ladies and gentlemen, and Stone, it is my understanding that we've got some hazardous weather. Well, not exactly hazardous, Darren, self, but what we are seeing is a wind advisory as we do have high winds today and through the rest of the week, all the way to Saturday. Yeah, I know. And it's in effect, our wind advisory in effect until 7 p.m. tonight. We also have a red flag warning in effect from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. That's your 9-hour window. What a red flag warning is it means low humidity, drier conditions, and windy conditions means a chance for quickly spreading and getting out of control fires. So don't burn your damn brush piles today. Don't do any of that. You want to spread manure, fine. Don't drive with the manure behind you with the wind at your back. Red flag warning, 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Otherwise, high of 74 and breezy, mostly cloudy. Could see some 45 to 50 mile an hour wind gusts today. We saw them yesterday afternoon for sure. Steady winds 20 to 25 miles an hour. Just not a good hair day. Oh, I just had a vision of the Feel That It's Friday. We might have to bring that GIF back. I don't think we've had it in this season once. Have we? I got to look at the end. Did I stick it in here? No, I didn't. We have gone all season without having Nick Cage hair toss. What do you think? Let's see. Yeah. Hope that one came through on the mic. Tonight, 20% chance of showers overnight. That's really about it. We'll drop to 36, though. Big cool down tonight. 40-degree freaking drop. Tomorrow, cloudy through mid-morning. May see some sunshine by the afternoon. High tomorrow around 51. 60 for Friday. Friday night, mostly clear, low around 41. Saturday, though, we finally get a break from the wind. Just a little 8-mile-an-hour breeze on Saturday. Sunshine, high of 61. Sounds like a good day to get stuff done. My daughter has her first track meet Saturday at Notre Dame. I'm excited for her. I think she's doing 4 events. She's going to have discus, javelin, high jump, and I think throwers relay if they get all their shit together. Something like that. Good luck, kid. Kick ass. I expect full ass kickage. So really not much of a chance. We got, like I said, a 20% chance. We got like a 20% chance this afternoon. Another 20% chance overnight. Not really expecting much. Hopefully it'll be enough to knock down some dust. You know, and wet the ground a little bit. Okay. You'll be glad when your camper's been feeling like a boat. It's a rockin'. Are people coming knocking, Leah? Yes, Fred. I don't know. His glorious aperture. I don't know. Stone. He's a mystery wrapped in an enigma, folks. Stone Richards. Let's get into our brekkie bits. We got some show to do, and I'm behind. I'm behind the 8 ball. Still taking guesses on the TIQ. I'm really surprised we didn't get this one. I'm going to make sure. Let me go back up. Was I a pinball wizard? Yes, you've got to admit. I had such a supple wrist at my age, Dennis. No. Back up to the farm animal sex. Movement. No. I mean, it's a specific act. I would say I do this most of the time, which is why I disagree with the statistics, because I have a terrible memory. Brekkie Bits, weirdness in the Gene Hackman saga. Okay, tragedy as Gene Hackman passed away, his wife passed away, and things have come to light. It's kind of a weird situation. Adding to the weirdness. So originally, the ME determined that his wife had passed away on February 11th. When her doctor heard that, he pointed out that was strange because he got a call from her on February 12th. Yep, apparently she called from the afterlife, or the ME was off by a day. And it ain't because we are having fun. That's right. Sometimes you forget the question and just keep guessing answers anyway. I mean, yeah. You never know what it could be. I mean, I guess I know. The omnipotency. It's delicious. Speaking of delicious, somebody was spreading manure to the south yesterday, and a lot of it, because the entire town smelled of it. Now, I'm a farm kid. I like the smell of manure. I don't mind it. But it was a little strong yesterday. Stretching or exercise. That's a good guess, Leah. Not it. Tracy Morgan got sick and barfed courtside at the Lakers game. At the Knicks game. Knicks in the Heat. The incident briefly paused play during the third quarter, and they got Tracy out in a wheelchair and got him hydrated. They're saying now it was food poisoning. Ha! Well, you know, whatever it is, Tracy Morgan's in better shape, and he did joke that it's a good thing now because the Knicks are 1-0 when he vomits on the side of the court. So, want to keep the streak going. Just saying. Dress up in bondage gear with a cape. No. But that'll get your memory going. NASA's Suni Williams and Butch Wilmore are back on Earth after their extended stay at the International Space Station, an 8-day trip that turned into 9 months. We're really glad she didn't come back with 3 people. Google owner Alphabet is buying cybersecurity firm Wiz for $32 billion. This is a flag. That is a massive, massive on-take. It is their biggest and most expensive acquisition to date. That's big. That Google money, man. You guys got to pay attention to that stuff, okay? Stay on the right side of the Google gods. The Bureau of Labor Statistics says that the job numbers show that more Americans than ever before are working more than one job. Well, it's a gig economy, and I feel like we probably balance a lot of those things. Like, I mean, I work 2 essentially full-time jobs, but then I also do the PA stuff, right? I had like 5 W-2s or 99s or whatever this year. But it was all little piecemeal stuff. It's just the way it is. Okay, I will. Leah. So it is Wednesday. We dress up in black. Put on the gag ball. And open the pack. Oh, it is Wednesday. And the fetish will show. The latex is lubed up. Boom, boom, boom. With a high sheen glow. I don't know. It keeps getting higher. And a merry happy Wednesday. Harvard University. This is a big one. Listen. Harvard University has announced that tuition will be free for students from families with annual incomes of $200,000 or less starting this fall. Free Harvard. Obviously, you qualify, and it is a high wall to climb to get above that ivy. But if you are poor, you have a chance to go to Harvard for free. Holy shit. Never thought I'd see that happen. Good job. Saturday nights. Bingo Nights Nuts. Geo82 is the name of a new bar and lounge opening up at Disney's Epcot Center, which is a 21 and up. Disney Adults Only is what they're calling it. Geo82. It's a small world with a big price. Why does Canada have plenty of eggs and we ain't got shit? Well, I'll tell you, Canada does a lot of the same things we do. However, unlike the U.S. in the past, much to the despair of many a small farmer, the U.S. pours its money in these giant conglomerate farms, right? Canada doesn't. They focus on smaller farms. So a typical egg-producing farm in Canada has around 25,000 birds. You're like, that's still a lot. It is still a lot. But when you compare it to the U.S., many of them have over 1 million chickens. Guess what happens when you get the bird flu? Fart. Mass chicken genocide. And the ball gag's ready to go. Guessing away on the TIQ. It's nothing to do with ball gags. It is a very simple thing, too. Something that would be looked at as you'd probably be a better person if you do this. Major League Baseball season opened up yesterday in Japan. The Dodgers beat the Cubs 4-1. I'm always down for a Cubs loss. Billy Idol getting ready to release his first new album in 10 years. It's called Dream Into It. He says there's not a bad track on it. So go give it a listen, I guess. What the cluck? Yeah. Red Robin, yum. They said they're going to close up about 70 of their less profitable restaurants over the next 5 years. Well, bye. We haven't had a Red Robin in Cape ever. It doesn't exist here, so... That's Brecky Bits. We got to move on. We got to talk about some ballpark food. We're going to talk about how to control your angst with other people if you have an ADHD brain. And I know from my family here, y'all need this as much as I do. I need it when I'm driving. Kiss their wife, kiss their kids, kiss their wife's kids. Pick your friends, pick your nose, but you can't pick your friend's nose. Ballpark food. I love it. Baseball season's upon us. Ballpark food is a classic thing. I'm a big fan of just a straight glizzy with the grilled onions. That's my go-to, but I'm no stranger to extravagant ballpark food. I'll be down. St. Louis, Busch Stadium, there's a spot called Farm Truck. No C in truck. T-R-U-K. I don't know why. Yeah, spelling errors bug me too, and there you go. T-I-Q. Pray. No, but that's a good guess. It is something physical / tangible. Something, an action you would do. There's your hint. So Farm Truck's got these this really badass Reuben that is super good. The corned beef is just perfect. Jalapeno popper sliders with smoked pork belly, candied whipped jalapeno cream cheese, and tomato jam. All that stuff, that's one. Mango shrimp tacos at Busch Stadium. You can get them from Mission Taco Joint. It's got fried shrimp, habanero aioli, a little bit of mango, salsa on it. This is good stuff. Drinking OJ. Good guess. Yes, Leah will be there shortly. So that's in St. Louis. Again, they also have the helmet nachos, and I know that's at other stadiums, but you get the big ball helmet, eat your fucking nachos, and you put that bad boy on your head, and you got cheese hair, and you don't care because you were drunk. Kansas City, the Royals are offering a Z-Man sandwich. Slow-cooked beef brisket with provolone cheese on a toasted Kaiser roll topped with 2 onion rings. The Slugger Dog, a chorizo-topped dog with manchego tempura batter, Doritos Cool Ranch crust, and avocado aioli. None of these things are healthy. These are indulgences, okay? The Pittsburgh Pirates and the San Francisco Giants offer the popcorn bat, which is a plastic bat filled with popcorn. Yuck. Hard no. 91% of people like popcorn. It's a universal food. If you're ever found yourself with a bunch of natives and you're afraid they're going to cook you, find and show them how to cook popcorn. It could save your life. But my point is, most people like popcorn. I'm not a big fan. I don't mind it, but I don't go for it. And when you put it inside a plastic bat with the humidity at a ballpark and all this CFCs and shit from the bat, bleh, bleh. That's a boo for me. The Arizona Diamondbacks, though, have something they call a chicken parm sub with filthy mac fries. Dirty birds. The one that really gets the attention is in Philadelphia. The Phillies have something called a s'mores quesadilla. Nutella, mini marshmallows, graham cracker crumbs, and a flour tortilla with a chocolate dipping sauce. Psh. Just go ahead and take diabetes. Say hello to your family. All right, time to talk ADHD. Squirrels everywhere. Oh, I was hoping she would. I feel like I should position her better. Oh shit, wrong one. I don't know what I just moved. No. We go to ADHD brain. I'm gonna put her in the coffee cup. I want her to be sitting in the coffee cup. You'll see why in a second. Okay, that's better. She was off center. That's my ADHD brain, right? But here's the deal. Living with ADHD often means dealing with heightened sensitivity to distractions, to your own impatience and frustrations, right? If you frequently feel annoyed with people, here are 10 simple ways to manage those feelings and regain control. And we're going to blow through them because I don't want to spend a ton of time on this or I'll get distracted. Number 1, though, identify your triggers. Recognize what sets off your frustration. Is it noise? Is it interruptions? Is it slow conversations where you just can't wait to finish their sentence and it's eating you alive and you're pulling out hairs inside your own brain? Identify your triggers. Number 2, awareness is the first step to control. Noise-canceling headphones, those are great. If background noise overwhelms you, wearing those will help reduce sensory overload and keep you focused. And I can tell you, when I'm working intensely and I'm heads down, that's where I'm at. I've got a focus track on and I'm bear down. The music shuts everything else up long enough for me to focus on one thing. Squirrels everywhere. Number 3, take breaks often, okay? Step away from situations that are overstimulating or frustrating. A quick walk, a few deep breaths can resume your patience and reinstill your feeling of calm. Pull off the side of the road. Get out of the car. Sit on your hood. Listen to the radio for a second. Okay? Take breaks often. Number 4, practice mindfulness. And we've spent some time on this in the past, but ground yourself in the moment with deep breathing or meditation. This can help slow your reactions, even as simple as counting to 10 and breathing, right? Allergy nose. But this can make you less prone to irritation, and that is what you want to keep from doing. You don't want to get irritated. You want the sand in your crack, okay? We want to calm that. ADHD rocks. No, wait. That's Cleveland. So practice mindfulness. Tip number 5, reframe the situation. Instead of assuming that someone is intentionally grinding your gears, okay, set clear limits. Look at their perspective. I jumped a line. Sorry. Look at that person's perspective, okay? Why are they doing this? They're doing this on purpose to drive me nuts, changing the light every day. What are you doing? Look at their perspective, okay? That shift can help you to feel more understanding and be less reactive. Understand the cause. Empathize with it if you need to, but understand it will help, okay? Reframe the situation. And then set boundaries, okay? If certain people or consistent behaviors annoy you, set clear limits. Maybe that means scheduling alone time or just politely excusing yourself from those overstimulating conversations. It's like on that Dave Chappelle skit where they were like an Office Depot and he was doing the customer service and the lady's explaining things and he's getting stressed out. He goes, "Hey, lady, I'm sorry. I got to take a shit." And then he just leaves. Excuse yourself from these overstimulating situations, okay? Set boundaries. Just honest to God, it's everywhere in the studio, right? Keep fidget tools handy. Using your hands to do something like a fidget toy or, scratching your itches, whatever. Stress balls, that can channel nervous energy and help prevent impatience from escalating. Obviously, don't play with your balls while you're driving. Keep the stress balls for the office. So keep fidget tools handy. Tip number 8, communicate your needs. This should be a really higher priority tip. I need that little hair that's in my periphery to get off the microphone. Okay, I got it. If slow talkers or vague instructions frustrate you, let others know that you process things differently. Okay? Suggest better alternatives. Help them help you. It's how you help yourself. You can't always drive a spear. Sometimes you got to throw a boomerang to make things help yourself, right? So, spank the monkey. Just the tip. No, still taking guesses on the TIQ, by the way. It is not spanking the monkey. I'm really surprised it took that long to get that guess, though. So number 8, communicate your needs. Number 9, tips for everybody, not just ADHD, but get enough sleep and eat well. Fatigue and hunger can amplify irritation. I can testify as I have a teenage daughter. Sit and spinner. Keeping your body well nourished and rested can make everyday annoyances easier to manage. God, yes. Last week when I was so tired, I was quick to be annoyed. Okay? So get enough sleep. Eat better. And number 10, laugh it off. Yes, humor. It's a great way to diffuse tension. Oh my gosh. Thank you. That's all I got. Try to see the absurdity in frustrating situations and laugh it off instead of fuming. Okay? Yeah, there's a TIQ. Scrolly. So, to recap, your 10 simple ways that you who liveth with ADHD can reduce tension and irritation. Number 1, identify your triggers. Number 2, have awareness. It's your first step to control. Number 3, take breaks often. Number 4, practice mindfulness. Number 5, reframe the situation. Number 6, set boundaries. 7, keep fidget tools handy. 8, communicate your needs. 9, get enough sleep and eat well. And 10, laugh it off. Tee-hee-hee. Tee-hee-hee. It's time to talk about them pussycats. We got to talk about them sleepy, chonky boys. Look at this good boy. What a boboletta. That's Velvet. Ass to tip. Laying on Carrie's legs, I think. I think that's Carrie. Boy, he is a chonky sumbitch, though. And he's just stretched out. Takes up most of her lap. Big chunky bastard. He was one of our outside strays that we adopted into our home a couple years ago. Living that good life. He's a weird mook. He's a little spectrumy. Velvet is. I'll say that too. But he's a good boy. And likes to sleep on our laps, right? Our cats, there's a rule of thumb in many a cat home. If your cat is sleeping on you, you're stuck. You're not allowed to move a muscle. Don't you upset that cat, you peckernat. You lay there and you take it. This sometimes inconvenient experience has been the source of countless excuses for bailing on everything from dinner dates to work. Mikel Delgado, a cat behavior consultant in Sacramento, unravels why our cats are actually doing this. So let's dig in. Why does my cat sit on me? At the most basic level, Delgado tells, cats like warm spots, and we're a source of body heat, right? A cat's thermoneutral zone, or the ambient temperature that maintains constant body heat in an animal, is about 85 degrees Fahrenheit, where a human's is between 68 and 72. Humans sweat, we shiver, and our clothes retain heat. Cats, even with their fur coats, seek out warmth from everywhere: sunspots, heaters, laptops, peckernat, and of course, our laps to keep toasty. So yeah, rule number one, probably because you're warm. What does it mean? What does it mean? What does it mean when your cat sits on your lap? Well, this practical behavior has a social component as well. Cats who enjoy each other's company may practice what Delgado calls pillowing, or huddling close up against each other, right? A couple of our outdoor cats are little companions, and they'll snuggle up in their little box blankie bed. More. So cute. I got pictures of them too. But so when a kitty crawls up into your lap and curls up, it's including you in its social group. That's right. Friends. I couldn't go live on TikTok today. For whatever reason, it said my restream wasn't able to go live on TikTok. I did it last week. Maybe because I did TikTok Studio a couple times for St. Jude. I don't know. I went live on TikTok on Monday. What a the deuce? So, congratulations. You've made the list for your cat's social group. And this behavior could come from how it spends its very first days. For the first 3 weeks of their lives, newborn kittens cannot regulate their own body temperature. They require some other body to keep them warm. They are completely reliant on mom and their litter mates to keep them warm, says Delgado. They might bring that behavior into their life as an adult, or they may find they prefer solitude without cuddling. Some cats are just like, no, which sucks, because I love snuggly cats all day long. Right there, just right up in there, yeah. Cats are nature's biggest pain in the butt. I disagree. I will say that goats, followed by hogs, followed by cattle, then maybe cats. Because cats at least will catch mice. The rest of those just eat things and shit everywhere and knock you down and step on you. That was my first wife. All right. And finally, can you train your cat to sit on my lap? So you got a cat and you want to have that, I long for the snuggly boboletta goodness. I call mine bobolettas. Sometimes you just got to love the cat you got, right? Delgado urges cat owners to respect their pet's wishes. If you put them on their lap and they struggle, they push against you, or they immediately jump back to the floor, it's not because they don't love you. They're not into it, all right? They're like, just leave me the hell alone. If you work too hard to restrain them, it could backfire. You could get scratched. Duh. She says it's possible to use treats, though, to train them onto their lap and stay there, but it's not guaranteed. Putting a blankie on your lap might help. I know Ellie will not sit on me or lay on me if I don't have a blanket. If I have a blanket, she's down. She likes to come up on the side, and I hook my arm under her back legs and cradle her right there, and she just lays. That's her spot. My buddy Truman passed away years ago, but he used to come and lay, and he'd put his head on my shoulder, and that's where he'd sleep. It was the best. But anyway, ultimately, it comes down to the individual cat. Imagine that. The finicky cat gets the last say. So be it. Speaking of fuzzy things that jump in our lap, it's time for Warm and Fuzzies. I can't believe we haven't gotten a TIQ answer. I'm really surprised. We're going to bust out them ears. All right, so TIQ. People who do this after waking up tend to have a better memory. I have given you the hints that it is an action, something you do intentionally. Some people think it might make you a better person if you do this in the morning after you wake up. Some people may not give a shit either way. Guess away. Last chance. Last chance for me to ring that St. Jude bell and make a winner out of this Wednesday. All right. Moving on into Warm and Fuzzy time. Let's dig in. Mostly miss. Sex. No. Good guess. College student engaged to high school sweetheart. Well, that's neat. That's kind of warm and fuzzy. We'll get this. There's more to it. Page 6 says a Texas college senior recently got engaged to her high school boyfriend. Brooklyn Boyer. Brooklyn. Make the bed. There she is. Alicia got it. It is. It's make the bed. Make the bed for tomorrow. Make a bed for you and me. And Alicia's cup runneth over. Congratulations. Well played. Damn that. We almost didn't get there. I was worried. So congratulations. I hope somebody gives you something nice today. How's that? College student gets married. Okay, well, here's the deal. Brooklyn Boyer attends Lubbock Christian University. She was paralyzed at 17. She hit her head in the pool. Yeah, that stereotype. You're like, don't dive into shallow pools. You break your neck. Well, it happened. It happened to Brooklyn. She was paralyzed. The boy who saved her life, Alan Mann, proposed during dinner in February. Boyer is still in a wheelchair but hopes to walk again someday and says God has been with them throughout their journey, and that's pretty damn special. You know? Imagine that journey, that walk that they've had together. That's got to be something next level. I make my half of the bed, right? When I get up, Carrie's still in the other half. So I floof my side up, and then she kind of floofs her side up. We don't make it like high and tight for inspection, bounce a quarter on that bitch. I more or less want it made just to keep the cats from tracking litter or dirt or something into my side of the bed where I lay. That's my goal. It's a shield. United Press International says an Ontario, Canada woman was recently reunited with her cat, Julio, after he went missing for 7 years. I could have told you where he was. I saw him. It was me and Julio down by the schoolyard. The Windsor Essex Humane Society recently found Julio, scanned his microchip. His owner expressed shock and joy, saying Julio is settling in back at home. Prison break. NBC, our final warm and fuzzy for the day. NBC says a Colorado couple named Todd and Tracy Bolt recently renewed their vows at Grace United Methodist in Wilmington, Delaware for the 38th time. Holy cow. The tradition started after concerns about the legitimacy of their original pastor surfaced. Was the wedding legit? I don't know. Was he in good standing? Did he fill out the paperwork? Let's try again. So they did. Well, and then they kind of made it a habit. And the couple plans to renew their vows in all 50 states, 12 more to go. That's kind of a cool way to do it. Todd says, quote, it gives us an opportunity to reconnect. That's fair. Yeah, that's before making the bed, Fred. You're correct. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you don't want to track stuff into where you sleep. You know, my old band, Tone Deaf All-Stars, we had a song called Sleeping in the Wet Spot. It shows you the caliber of what we created. All right. there you go, boys and girls. That is your show for this last day of winter, the 19th of March. We've made it past the Ides. We've made it past the St. Ides and St. Pat's and sobered up enough for a Wednesday morning. And we're off to the races. I hope you have a great day. Another, again, reminder, it's very windy around here. We've got that don't burn anything today warning, red flag warning from 11 to 8. Wind advisory in effect till 7 p.m. I don't know why they'd have the burn warning till 8 and the wind advisory till 7. It's not like the wind's calming down, but it is what it is. Enjoy your Wednesday. Be nice humans. I'll see you on Friday. Friday. In the immortal words of Mickey Sharp,